Oh, I like Valpo because the people are good. I like Valpo because I think it's still one of those hometown communities. And I think we have people dedicated. And I think we have passionate individuals who want to make a difference. One of the people that moved me quite a bit was Mr. Gott. Now, Mr. Gott was a pretty neat guy, still is. He was amazing to me because as I grew older, I saw some of the things that he did and how he emanated. But Mr. Gott showed a lot of value, when I got into school, because in last day of ninth grade, my dad died, and Mr. Gott looked at me and he said, "I don't know what I would do if this happened to me." He said, and I was just, it was just a very nice statement of courage that he gave me. Wasn't like an "I'm sorry." It was just kind of like a human to human element that I could really respect. Not many years after that, his dad died, and I remembered what he said, and it just made me break down like immediately. And I think about that, and I just think, what courageous love he would give. I'd see Mr. Gott, and he'd be mowing people's grass, and I'd hear stories about how he'd only charge, the elderly woman 25 cents because he would charge her. I mean, and that's just amazing. When you hear those stories, those are stories of courage in our community that I think we should be respectful of. In my life, I want to do some things that make a difference like that. Phil Griffith was another person I thought was wonderful, and Phil Griffith, he was really fun to listen to back then. Great instructor, still is. Learned CPR through him, but it wasn't just what he was teaching, because I could say that with anything. It was the fact that he put such heart into it. It's interesting then, never would have thought I'd have come across him again. Then like 5 or 6 years ago, we started the Hoosier Burn Camp. And I called Phil and I said, "Hey, what do you think I should do to help the firemen?" And he said, "Don't help the firemen, help the kids. The kids that have been burned." So I always call him like the patriarch of starting that whole idea of the Hoosier Burn Camp. I think if there's anybody that I would say has put those kind of ideas in my head on health and safety and in helping people and CPR, I think Phil Griffith was, one of the first people that brought that enlightenment to me. You have your family, but then you also want to do things external to your family. I don't know if that's something that's inbred in each and every one of us, to allow us to be ourselves and to have our own identity. Kiwanis allows us to be a separate entity to the things that we can help in the community around us. They do so much for all the different causes in the Valparaiso community. They help the people. Kids are a very big priority for Kiwanis, and I think that Kiwanis has been a blessing in my life. You need to know your purpose. And my purpose for the last 20 years has been to give back to the community. Tudor Cleaning and Restoration has in-home services. We do carpet cleaning, air duct cleaning, any kind of in-home cleaning you might need, we take care of that. We do commercial cleaning. We try to help people with their needs as far as maintaining. Beyond that, what we like to do is do disaster recovery, in essence. If there's a fire, we'll be the company that comes out and boards it up. We'll be the company that goes in there and does an ID. It tells the homeowner, tells the business owner, what the damage is, what the cost of the damage is. We work with the adjuster. We'll tell them what our pricing is. If the adjuster has a different opinion on it, if it's a homeowner, then we will address that. If it's a business, a lot of times the businesses want to just get their business back in order, because we don't want them to have loss of business policies kick in, and we don't want them to have loss of business. So that's very important. So when there's a flood, we do the same things. We're trying to go in there. We're going to clean the items. We're going to restore the building back to its original condition. We're able to save them money by telling them up front what they're going to be dealing with as far as the restoration situation is concerned. I think that's important. I mean, I think it's important to pre-educate the homeowner, pre-educate people, and say, hey, this is what you're going to deal with. We like to go a little bit more over the top and say, look, these are some of the things you're going to deal with down the road. I believe as my company, I want to give you more information. Sometimes people walk away from me going, you don't need to tell me all that stuff, and that's fine. But as long as they know what's up front,
Yep.
I'm happy. And if I just do good to my neighbors, and I try to do the right thing, I will succeed. With all those things being said, we want to bring people's lives back to what it was. And we hope we can bring their life not just back to where it was before, but so that they have a more joyful life with their home. We want to make people happy. We want people to be happy. We want people to live productive lives. And I think the biggest thing is the environment around us. You know, if we have a good environment around us, we can do a lot of good things.